Welcome to another Microsoft Flight video, and today we're going to go over kind of like the first big world update this game has released, and I'm very happy and pleased it's going to be covering parts of Japan. I've actually done a few videos of Japan, not many. There's actually one big one I was going to upload before I was about to upload when this update got announced, and I was covering over like most of Tokyo, and there's going to be like both airports. I'm going to reshoot that now with these changes. Today it's going to be more about like covering like my early thoughts and kind of go over some of the content and kind of like, and one thing I'm really curious about is like how much of the enhancements. So like when I may eventually repost the Tokyo video, because like an example, it didn't have like the Imperial Palace, like it was like generic buildings in its place. And now that Tokyo is quoting this update with photo imagery, will that be there? And that's what I'm really going to check out today. I'm not going to go too much into, let's say, a tourist guide, like what I, like going every place I saw, my personal things. I mostly just want to focus to see how it first looks, especially let's say major metro, and then maybe some disappointments, which I'm already going to touch upon right here. So first things first, you do got to download this separately in the marketplace. There was another update today for the game overall. Some interesting features, some interesting fixes. Big one that they fixed some river issues where the river's like meters high above a city, like the elevation was way off. I'll do a different video on that later. But we're gonna look at this. Sending Panorama. They're doing a lot of screenshots now in the loading screens with Japan. So these are the cities here. They did it for 6. Sendai, Tokyo, Yokohama. Yokohama and Tokyo are right next to each other. I actually did a night video recently in Yokohama, so we may fly over there real quick. They did a few more airports. Big one that's not here is Narita, but the cities that are not here, I was very surprised not to see is Osaka and Kyoto, especially Kyoto. Now, there's a lot in Kyoto, so maybe that will be a separate update down the road. I really hope so, because it would be very beautiful to fly over that city of all the, because they're now adding pagodas and stuff in this game, and that city's got so many temples, pagodas, so many unique landmarks that it would be very beautiful. So let's take a look at the screenshots. I mean, Mount Fuji looks gorgeous in the coastline. There's Tokyo at sunset. We're gonna actually be doing this. I'm doing this live, and this is like nighttime in the U.S., so it's gonna be morning, midday in Japan. But anyway, let's get back to the main menu. Let's go into our world map and see what's new. All right. Well, let's turn off weather today. All right. So first things first. Okay, so first things first, there's no new landmarks here. So these are the same that have been here before. There's no Imperial Palace. This is all Shinjuku, but then it shows Shibuya, but it might be able to see it better now. Real quick, let's just take a look. Yeah, nothing new over here. Sendai is up here. So it might just be more like capturing the layout better, even though I thought it looked good originally. Now, the one that I really want to see is this volcanic island. Now, this is why I'm not doing a full, here, we'll set this as arrival. I'll set this as departure. Yeah, see, it's a 44-minute flight. Yeah, it might be fun to do, like, a long day or something, but not today. We're just going to fly around Tokyo. I did not want to use this plane. Yeah, I'm not gonna do a long haul. I'm not gonna do anything long. We'll do a Textron. Which one though? I just wanna. Yeah, let's go. I do like these more. Yeah, this is one of my favorites, to be honest. But we'll change the live. No, this one doesn't have live. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, nothing crazy. All right, so we're gonna fly out of Hanada. Done this before. Right in central Tokyo. Actually curious to see. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna go south to Yokohama first, especially it's daytime, be a little easier. And then we'll circle around and then re-land. So, anyway, and this is just really to get a sense to see what changes. So I did Yokohama at night video, and they did the main tower. That was in the game already. But, like, you know, there's, like, no Ferris wheel, and there's really nothing else that stood out there. And it has somewhat of a unique little skyline right through there, especially off that bay. So I'm really curious to see that. And what additions, like... As interesting, they didn't mark anything, you know, despite how big this update is, and it showed, like, notable landmarks being added. So I'm wondering maybe it's just not added to the world map, but maybe it's in the game. And the best way to prove that for me will be when we go over Central Tokyo and I look for the Imperial Palace and if it's there or not. And we'll see it actually. We'll see it. Like I can see it, I can tell from the satellite images where it's going to be. You know, by hovering over it, we'll just see if it's actually like populated properly. Yeah, sorry if the load screen's a little slow. I mean, music's coming in and out, I feel like. Anyway, so kind of my thoughts, like early thoughts just from reading about the update. You know, I am very excited, especially it looks like they're doing a better job like capturing the city, I guess, you know, aesthetic look from the air better. And which I thought looked pretty fine when I did, you know, some fights before. But obviously I think they're trying to really give it a more the photo imagery aspect, especially for beyond the skyscrapers. You go a lot of cities, they definitely have that photo imagery when it's like a very notable skyline, you know, especially like a downtown area. And then obviously after that, it's just kind of more, you know, definitely all AI. Sometimes it's like very blocky and chunky. You know, the building, you get close, it's just like, I wouldn't say it's like a square. It'd be like a square of like a rectangle in it. You know, it's just, you know, it's just there to fill it out. Which, you know, again, I'm very impressed with the technology, but it looks like now it's like, with the 10-year, you know, quote, 10 years of updates, their goal is to give the finishing touch. And I don't see this as like, oh, they're trying to finish, the game was incomplete, anything. No, it's just more like, you know, there's so much of world, you know, it's obviously the Earth. So it's just like, okay, they're going to start touching upon, especially like probably big areas that will have a lot of flyers I want to see. And, you know, Japan, I think, is a great start for that. Still very disappointed. Didn't mention anything about Osaka or Kyoto, which I think is a big miss, because Osaka is like the second largest metro area in Japan. Kyoto's right there. I mean, maybe they could do that whole region as an update. You know, I could see that, but still, I expected to be something there, and there wasn't. So that was disappointing. But that said, I'm excited to do the countryside. Excited to check out the volcanic island. You know, I don't know if I should really start there or just arrive there and save some time. You know, it's not like it's far, but, you know, it's so a good example by ferry. It says 44 minutes. Obviously, they mean straight shot, no, you know, taking time to ascend, descend, turning. But, you know, you look at like flying commercial flight like ANA, or I think Japan Airlines fly there from Tokyo. It's like a good over an hour for sure. Now, granted, the hour and a half, but it includes like tarmac time. I mean, and honestly, you're gonna spend usually quite a bit of time on the tarmac. So, you know, flight time is probably like 45 to probably around 15 minutes roughly. So, but they do have a ferry that goes there well, and that's like a 10-hour ferry, which, you know, might be kind of cool for like the first hour, and after that, I would be burned down. It's just like I'm sitting here on this ferry for 9 more hours. I mean, I'd rather just pay the $120 and just fly. Unless the fare is like $10, then maybe I'll buy that. Alright, I will turn off clouds. That's actually fine. And as soon as you like load in, and it looks like super cloudy, and you realize, no, it just loaded in with a cloud right in front of the camera. Alright. Alright.
Cleared for takeoff runway 22 Diamond X-ray Golf Sierra.
Alright. Yeah, I just like this plane. I like the computer monitors. You know, I feel very comfortable with turning and stuff. Yeah, it's just a good place, especially for when I'm just doing a quick tour. I'm curious to see the new airports. So I'm wondering if they actually did like full updates or not. I mean, I guess we'll see, because like I can definitely tell when it's like a generic. You know, like they always try to get the layout obviously right. It's more when it's like the, you know, the terminal itself. Like you fly. Like you take a look, like you can tell it's unique looking. Alright. Yeah, there we go. Oh, like that, yeah, see? That's actually, I'm pretty sure this is the terminal. This is the international terminal, because that looks where like I flew out of. Yeah, that is the international, I can tell. I went been through here. But see, you can tell it's got the unique atrium, so you can tell that's, well, you go like other airports, it's like it looks the exact same in the whole place. And airports don't look exact same in every single spot. Alright, so we are going to go. Alright. This is Yokohama. We're going to go here first. Let's take a look though. It definitely looks. Last time I did this was at night, so maybe not the best representation. But it looks really good so far. Turn that off. You know, we'll save, oh no. Yeah. There we go. Just not to really worry about it. Alright, this is good. I want to stay about 2,000 feet. And that's usually where pretty comfortable, get a good layout. Get down to about 50%. Perfect. Make sure it's slowing down. This should be 70. There we go. Anyway, so here it looks a little rough, I can tell. Like this is like an industrial warehouse area. And this is Yokohama. Well, it's in the update.
Tokyo Tower, Diamond Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra frequency change. Tokyo approach Diamond Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra is type Diamond DA6255.
What's very cool, I just think of this. Its shape really to me indicates this is all man-made. Like they really basically built into the bay. Okay, this looks a little promising. So this is the Yokohama, main Yokohama Tower.
Copy Diamond X-Ray Golf Sierra.
A couple of notes. The game's been running a lot better lately. It's been less choppy. A couple of things. I changed the. Okay, sorry, hold on a second. It's Gotta be very careful here. Okay, there we go. All right, so this is obviously a little off here. It'll probably be in a future update, like not a world update. I mean, like just patches. The bridge looks good itself. Obviously, just this connection here is struggling. But anyway, saying so, I changed. I added more virtual RAM. I feel like this desktop, as much as I love it when I built it, it sometimes has issues with the virtual RAM. So usually I add a little more than, definitely add more than the recommended, and that always seems to help with a lot of things. Also, they've done some updates lately, which I think really has helped patch some of the you know, like minor hiccups and issues that people are having. Okay, yep, this is updated now. This was not here. Now, it looks like they're letting the AI control this still.
Atsugi approach Diamond Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra 1,800 feet.
Actually, hold on one second. Still should be. Just checking. Yeah, I kept everything. Yeah, I'm playing on medium just to, you know, best as I can. All right, so they let the AI do this. However, last time I was flew here, they didn't have this. Like, there was no fair. Like, this was actually pretty empty. It wasn't in 3D. So this is a start. I'm happy to see this. Yeah, granted, it's not the most beautiful looking, but this is pretty accurate. I mean, this is obviously the most detailed building, but these buildings look accurate to the representation. It's got the Ferris wheel now. I believe it's a convention center. Don't hold me to it, or hotel. This is a huge improvement. This looks a lot more representative. Obviously, we can go very nitpicky and say, like, oh, that's not the super most detailed. But, you know, last time I threw it, the buildings were off. They didn't have the Ferris wheel. That park was pretty not. I mean, it was physically there, but nothing was in it. It was flat. Didn't do any 3D rendition. And it looks like now they did. So that's a big step in the right direction. All right, so we're gonna do. Actually, this will be a good test too. I'm curious. There's the Nissan Stadium, a big soccer stands over here. It's going to host some matches in the Olympics for soccer, and at the same time, you know, it's pretty big. It's like 80,000 people. Sticks out, and it looks like they rendered that as well. This actually looks really good. Like, it looks like they did a much better job redoing the, like, I shouldn't say layout. Like, they didn't like redo everything, but I think again the color scheme's a little more accurate. Trying to get the elevation of the buildings and everything accurate, so this looks a lot more realistic. Obviously, I bet in, you know, Ultra and you have the supercomputer, it probably looks even really incredible. But anyway, let's yeah, anyway, does that. Let's speed this up a little bit. Yeah, so this Nissan Stadium. It's not really a downtown, just kind of like another little central area. However, the Ramen Museum is over here apparently, because I was scoping this out for my. I had tickets to a match here for the Olympics, which hopefully will happen next year. It was like they start like 5, 6 o'clock, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna grab a small bite somewhere. But I saw the Ramen Museum over here, so I may do like a late lunch or something, and then head in here. And that's kind of neat. They don't have the soccer field in there. There's like something else in the looks of it. But no, they recreated the stadium though. That looks really nice. Yeah, stadiums have been hit or miss so far. Like, flew over DC. They didn't have any 3D stadiums. Alright, so now we're going to do...
Going to 1825.2 Diamond X-Ray Golf Sierra.
Get back to Central Tokyo. Take a quick look and we'll sum it up. So far, the positives... And again, this is from past experience flying. You know, obviously people probably be different from others. Maybe can't tell. Like, it's hard to say if there's a major difference, but it definitely looks like they've done a better job. The layout, like a little more detail, especially the color schemes of like the houses and the buildings here. Looks a little less generic. Like, we can zoom in. You know, I mean, obviously this is, you know, not ultra, so take what it is, but. Definitely update downtown Yokohama. I'm very happy to see that. I mean, obviously I wish it was like super clear and everything. Like I wish it was more like the handcrafted detail buildings like you see with the Yokohama Tower. You know, that looks great. They're obviously not doing that, which, you know, I understand. But you know, I still say at least they got the Ferris wheel. That was in there before, and some other aspects as well. So, and I think there's still part of Yokohama and this river ends it. So, yeah, so Tokyo Hanada is really on the edge of Yokohama. But, you know, it's like, Yokohama's like, I think actually technically the second largest by city limit. Metro size would be Osaka. But by city limit, Yokohama, because it's part of the Tokyo metro area at this point. So, but they, but yeah, it's only like a 30-ish minute train ride from here to Yokohama. Oh, it's cool. They mentioned ANA flight right now. Now, I'm going to have to do this from memory. It's right around here. Imperial Guard Palace is around here. So that's interesting. You know, kind of like half, not half. I can't tell if it's like a full. It looks like a soccer stadium. Can't tell if it's part of a high school or not. Yeah, yeah, definitely one thing I'm probably going to do. So, like, Sendai, I've actually not been there. I've been to Tokyo, Osaka, Kyoto, Nagoya. But I'll probably try to do some research, try to understand a little more about Sendai, what's around there, and try to, you know, look at, do a little research, look at the images and stuff, and try and compare and contrast. I say first impression. It looks like they've rendered more of the skyscrapers this time. Like, overall. It was kind of there, but I feel like there was some that were missing. Like, especially around Shibuya, there wasn't much there. Like, there should have been some that stood out, just I know from being there, and it didn't happen. Alright, there's my first hiccup there. Let's say we're gonna fly this way. So this is Shinjuku. I can just tell already. This is the park. Future video, I'll go in a lot more details. That's actually where I stay, just kind of like about that area. We're just gonna do more of a quick flyover. Maybe a brief pause. Take a look here. This looks good. I think, you know, it's hard to say how much they touch upon here. But it definitely looks like it's just more like enhancements, you know. Even if it's minor, this does look a lot more detailed now than before, especially here. So this just looks like Shibuya. I'm pretty sure, honestly, I'm very sure it is. And it looks a lot like, originally it seemed very lacking here, and it looks like now it's a lot more representation of the real thing. Because I know this is Shinjuku, I can just tell from the towers and the big park. They have like the two big parks here. One of these parks is the film Garden of Words takes place. Now let's see, we're gonna try our best here. There's the train station, I believe. Yeah, right, let's pause it right there. There's the crossing. Last time this was not detailed at all. Like, this is a lot better. We're gonna zoom in there. Yeah, so this is the famous crossing. One more screenshot. So this is definitely an improvement. Definitely can tell, you know. This was here before, like that's how I knew it was close to Shibuya. But, like when I flew over, I couldn't catch the crossing. The train station didn't really stick out very well. So I can definitely tell this is an improvement right here. By the way, this is, yeah, this, obviously National Gymnasium, but that was used in the 64 Olympics? No, 68. 68 Olympics, and it will be used again as another site for the 20+1 Olympics. Now these images, I think I figured out are usually a few years old, so I know the new Tokyo State would not be here. Won't go away. Okay, so let's take a look here. This looks a lot more detailed. We're gonna have to do another quick pause. Alright. It is. I have old screenshots. Actually, I will upload maybe the original video. But this was not detailed. These were all generic looking buildings right here. And obviously, it's not perfect. It's dicey. But this looks a lot more realistic to what I've stayed in. So this is a good example. Whoops. I have to do that. A lot more detailed. I mean, obviously, it's going to be dicey. It's kind of like a shopping, you know, a little bit of a shopping, nightlife, restaurants for a lot of the offices nearby. This is the main train station. This is in more detail now. I can definitely tell. You know, they got this plaza here. It's like a big plaza and like another shopping area. These towers actually were here before, but they look a lot... This was... Yeah, these were handcrafted, but this was, and that looks a lot better. This is actually the hotel I stayed at. That looks a lot more realistic now. So, you know, I saved those stories for another time. But anyway, let's get this ball moving. Okay, so this is a great example. They did a lot here. Yeah, I can definitely tell, because obviously with the other stuff, it's kind of like, okay, if I look at this, yes and no, you know, like it definitely looks good, but, you know, I don't, you know, it's a neighborhood with not, like I say, unique buildings that stand out very high. But there, I could definitely tell. Now we're going to do, yeah, this is a lot better. A lot more skyscrapers are being rendered. This is very impressive, actually. I am really happy. So my views are definitely positive. Minus Kyoto, I'm very disappointed that's still not there. Save that for another time. But this will be the big test over here. So this is Dia. That was rendered before. Very nice. This is the Imperial Palace. Doesn't look like it. Not looking promising so far, but we'll see till we get closer. So, that looks new. That looks like nice here. Shouldn't have the flaps up the entire time. Alright, well, obviously trees are going in the water. That needs work. I'm just double checking. Oh, whoa! That's new. They got the Tokyo Dome rendered now. Nice. Very nice. We'll do a pause and take a look. This actually, it needs work, but a lot better. I mean, trust me. I know this looks not right good. It's not, but like, they're trying to do at least capture, like, the build. Like originally, this looked like a generic apartment-looking building. Like it really looked like something like from here and to there. Even though this is supposed to be like traditional Japanese architecture, that's fixed now. That looks a lot better. And they even got the little parks and the river. It looks a little better. The paths are there. Yeah, granted, don't get me wrong. I'm sure over time it'd be touched upon, or fans would touch upon it. This looks really good now. I mean, it's kind of there, but this looks a lot more realistic. Tokyo Station's right over here. Oh, and it's not 3D. I don't think it was 3D originally. So yeah, so these are early thoughts. I can definitely tell there's a lot of things to touch upon. I'm kind of nitpicking on the shapes at times, but at least they're trying to put in the realistic what it should be. You know, this is supposed to be a traditional, let's say, like Japanese architecture, for example. This is, the skyscraper is going to look a lot more realistic to the real-life counterpart. Not the hand-touch ones like we saw the Tokyo Metropolitan building, the ones that were there before, but more like, try to at least, use the AI better. Instead of having more some generic text, like, looking buildings, it actually captures what the real version looks like, and I'm very happy to see that. But anyway, let's I'm going to turn this back off. Call Tokyo Tower and land this baby.
Tokyo Tower, Diamond Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra is 7 miles north with Mike to land. Diamond Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Tokyo Tower. Fly straight and runway 22. Altimeter 29er.
Perfect.
277 at 7.
Alright, let's do our departure.
Fly straight and runway 22 Diamond X-Ray Golf Sierra.
Let's zoom up here. That's our runway, so
Diamond X-Ray Golf Sierra cleared to land runway 22.
You sure and clear? There's an ANA flight landing right now.
77 at 7.
I'm being a little facetious with her voice, but it's like, I always say that, oh, you're landing the plane, and you're about to. She's like, please do circle around. I'm like, 20 feet above the runway. I'm just like, come on. It's like, it's just ridiculous. I'm pretty sure that's not right. I'm just trying to keep an eye on that speed.
All Nippon 460 exit runway when able.
I always have issues with the speed coming in, because then I decrease too fast.
Exit runway when able.
Yeah, come on, A&A. I like you. Alright. I think we're comfortable.
Diamond X-ray Golf Sierra, go around.
No. Alright.
Going around Diamond X-ray Golf Sierra.
All Nippon 460 contact ground on 121.625.
That's 16R.
Tokyo Tower, Japan Air, 433 ready for IFR departure runway 22.
Japan Air 433 cleared for takeoff runway 22.
I would like to land. Alright, which one's runway 23? That's 22.
Going to 1.625 all Nippon 460.
Cleared for takeoff runway 22 Japan Air, 433.
Tokyo Tower, can Diamond X-ray Golf Sierra get runway 23?
Diamond Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Tokyo Tower. Make left downwind runway 23.
Alright, let's actually figure this out while I fly over. Alright, we're gonna make this video a little longer. Why not? Let's have a little fun here. Actually, this is a rendered airport. Or, rendered, handcrafted. Alright, I just gotta figure out which one's 23.
Right left traffic, runway 23, Diamond X-ray Golf
Lower
Sierra.
this back down to 60. That's 2. That's 3, 4. Oh, didn't like that. 34L. I don't think it's 23. Is 23 up here? Is it this side? I'm sure I'm breaking all kinds of traffic laws. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot they built this one out here. I always forget this little one here. Yeah. Oh, that looks like 23, doesn't it? It is. All right, perfect. Yeah, why not? We'll go on the man-made one. All right. Well, let's get ready for a departure or descent. That airline is going to go right on my runway as I try to land, isn't it?
Diamond X-ray Golf Sierra cleared to land runway 23. Follow the aircraft on final. Wind 277 at 7.
Diamond X-Ray Golf Sierra.
We're gonna try something really bold here. Let's hope it doesn't crash. Let's just do that. So we're gliding into this. Ooh, we might pull this off. All right. I know I'm doing this in third person, which makes it a lot easier. All right. We're gonna come in really hot.
Diamond X-Ray Golf Sierra, go around.
I'm gonna pretend I did not hear that.
Tokyo Tower, Diamond X-Ray Golf Sierra. I didn't copy that. Say again, please.
Diamond X-Ray Golf Sierra, go around.
Oh, that did not go well.
Diamond X-Ray Golf Sierra, did you copy?
Going around Diamond X-Ray Golf Sierra.
Diamond X-Ray Golf Sierra, contact ground on 121.625.
Yeah, that is not a good landing at all. But I am so annoyed to keep doing that to me. It's like I am rejecting those ideas. All right.
121.625 for Diamond X-Ray Golf Sierra.
I never get to go over this
Tokyo
bridge though.
Ground,
That's kind of
Diamond
neat.
Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra request taxi to parking.
Diamond Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Yankee Alpha Whiskey Whiskey 1 Alpha Alpha 2 cross runway tree 4 left Lima tree Lima Papa 4 Papa Papa 6.
Taxiing to general aviation parking using taxiway Yankee
All right, Casey, that keeps happening to me. You know, trying to land is always like.
runway tree 4 left
But then you have like other runways you have to. They never put you on that.
Diamond X-Ray Golf Sierra.
No, why can't you use one of these? You know, why is it always this? Is that the only? They have 4 runways for a reason. Oh, good. My parking as far away as possible. Now, granted, I'm on the farthest runway possible. But that said, to be fair, that just give you a sense, even like with COVID going on, this airport's still very busy, or at least with planes going in and out. Curious how many passengers are there in reality, though. That said, we at least could enjoy this. Like, they even do details like this on this. That's just cool. So, but no, Tokyo not like in my video that I did. I'm going to reshoot. I went a lot over the history of each airport. Yeah, just kind of, especially kind of like the, like how this was original kind of airport, and then it outgrew its original design. Then Naruto became international. And then over time, they've done a lot of work over here. They've really expanded this airport because you can tell it's pretty huge. And then you have Naruto, which is also huge, and yet. Between the two, they do, like 120 million passengers a year between the two. More so through here, but due to the domestic traffic, the other one's purely international, long haul flighting. All right, I may just end this quickly, actually. Yeah, let's. Yeah, I don't have much more to say. Well, yeah, why not? We'll go there. It's kind of looks like it's a little bit of a haul, but you can at least see the airport. A&A and JL are the hubs here. You know, I'll go more in detail down the road. Just gonna enjoy the scenery. I don't know if I use live weather. I'll take a look here. No. Just send it. Ooh. Uh-oh. There you go. Yeah, it's cloudy there today. So I did the preset. I've been kind of leaving the preset in sometimes on purpose. You know, because like, you know, for this video, we wanted first impressions. It wasn't just gonna be like, you know, I didn't want to simulcast how it is to fly out on, you know, a cloudy day where you can't see much after you go up a couple thousand feet. But yeah, you see, it's very close to Tokyo. I mean, you can see all the buildings from here. That seems a lot more detail. I don't remember seeing it that clearly originally. Ooh. Sorry, I was going way too fast. I need to do more research, like understanding like what's a good engine speed to get a solid taxi speed without having to brake, speed up. Alright, we're almost there. Not like a tour of Hanada, but yeah, you can really at least appreciate how beautiful it looks when they do the handcrafted airports.
Tokyo ground Japan Air Tree 13 requesting pushback. Japan Air Tree 13 pushback request accepted.
Let's go. Plane's about to take off. At this time of day, I think the long haul flights are done until later. I think it's all domestic right now, but could be wrong. Whoa, I can't believe I pulled that off. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this. So have a good day or evening whenever you're watching.